Each week we listen to an album, here's our rhyme. Just know it's gonna take about 3 hours of your time to hear us complain or praise each other's taste. But no matter what, at the end of the day, we're just best friends who love different music. We are earbuds, earbuds, earbuds. This is Earbuds.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Earbuds. If you're watching this on YouTube, first of all, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe and comment down below. Tell us everything you're thinking about. We want to know, we really do. Good or bad, good or bad. And if you don't want to watch it on YouTube, but you think that's your only option, no. Find us on all podcast platforms and follow us there. You can download the audio-only episodes and listen to them on your way to freaking work, baby.
Oh my God! This is Earbuds.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Earbuds. My name is Landon, and this is my cohort.
I'm Joey, of course. I'm his cohort, and he's my cohort.
Thank you.
That's how being cohorts works.
Yes.
It's like co-host. When people go, this is my co-host, it's not that they're lesser than you. Co means together. So when I tell people Landon is my co-host, it's not because I think less of him.
No.
I think of him as an equal.
Yes.
Like a dwarf and an elf that have fought many a battle together. They have found friendship.
I never thought I'd die standing next to an elf.
How about a friend?
That I can do.
Wow. So this is probably going to be the last episode of this podcast. No. This is Earbuds, and this is the show where we both throw up your inverted butt cheeks right now. If you're watching the video, you can check that out. Of course, the Venn diagram is you like some stuff, I like some stuff, and we like a lot of stuff in the middle. And sometimes we talk about that stuff in the middle, but a lot of this stuff on the fringes.
That's the meat.
That's where the meat lies.
I think so.
Yeah. Usually on a body, it's like that. The meat's kind of on the
meat's
outside.
Yeah.
You're not eating the organs.
No.
If you did, you'd sound like, because you ate an organ.
Yeah.
So last week it was my pick last week. I brought Manchester Orchestra.
That's right.
And I chose their album Cope. One thing I forgot to say about the acoustic version, Hope, was that they changed lyrics too.
Yeah. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
And I go, these are good too.
Which lyrics are, it's kind of interesting which ones they changed.
Which stay the same.
Yeah, we can't, but unfortunately we can't get into that because you didn't bring it up last time. So we'll never ever talk about that again.
Cheers.
So that brought me to Manchester Orchestra. Andy Hull. We talked about how he or they will be featured on a bunch of songs all the time from artists you might expect, artists you might not.
Everyone's fans of Manchester, right?
Everyone likes the cut of these guys' jib.
They might be the ultimate inverted butt cheek
dweller,
right?
I think so. So good for them. We give them the honorary Earbud Inverted Butt Cheek Dweller Award.
Yeah, there's this band that does a dungeon synth music based on Lord of the Rings. I don't know why this is coming to mind right now. The name of the band is Hole Dweller, and I think they might be the ultimate hole dweller.
I think so.
Because they're right in the center of that inverted butt cheek.
Yeah.
And everyone is a fan of them. So we give them the Inverted Butt Cheek Award for now until we maybe find a better one. But I think that's pretty good. We'll have to get something made for that.
Yeah, we'll send it to them.
Yeah.
But that led us to an artist I discovered because I saw a song of theirs featuring Manchester Orchestra. It came up on my music player as a new Manchester Orchestra song. So I said, cool. Click on that. I liked it. And that song was Bottle Rocket. Should we play a little of that just to
there with
the Manny Orchestra version?
Yeah, let's do that.
Which is on the deluxe version of this album we're about to talk about. The song is called Bottle Rocket.
Featuring Manchester Orchestra.
The artist?
Briston Maroney.
I'd ever wish to be something.
Manchester Orchestra sounds a little different.
Who are you?
I don't know.
The closed door isn't always locked.
Now that's a voice I recognize.
Angel from heaven. Well, he's got to be using a harmony.
Yeah.
Circling around the dark. It's a pretty good place to start. You come to find
So how much do you think they redid?
one that will decide my life. It just takes a
Yeah, you're right.
little time. It's a bottle rocket.
So there's that.
So there's that. I heard that and I said, well, that song sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Just a little acoustic. And I didn't, at that point, I didn't know there was a different version.
Right.
So I was like, who's this Briston Maroney fellow? I like his voice. And then, of course, when Andy's voice come in, you say, now that's
a voice.
what I want to be listening to. But I like this voice too. I say, kind of sounds like a guy I used to know. But,
Yeah.
so I threw on his the live album from Third Man Records because the album cover looked cooler than this album.
Uh-huh.
I liked the live album of this album, Sunflower, and so I said, by God, I have to just click on the one that has a bad album cover.
Right.
So I clicked on it and I liked it.
I'd say both his full lengths. You're not looking at good album covers.
No.
I think the second one's better.
It's a little better. Ultra Pure, his next album that came out just
Yeah.
like a year ago. It's also a good one, but it's a little slower even than this. So I said, that's not going to fly on here. If I'm going to give...
Interesting. Well, we'll see.
Okay.
What are you grabbing? Hey.
I just wanted to show that's a better...
Yeah.
I mean, just as far as...
There's like a 90s sort of thing going on with the font.
Yeah.
I mean, this is sort of that kind of like, isn't that random and kind of funny? He also, I don't think that's him.
I don't think
You
so
know?
either. It looks like Pauly Shore.
Because he looks like the guy from Workaholics.
Yeah. And there he doesn't.
Yeah, he looks like the Weasel.
I'd have made that the album cover.
Yeah.
Just if you're going to be picking from two things that aren't necessarily something I like. But sometimes the album art just isn't great. I don't like an album cover that has the guy on the front. Typically anyway, or the band.
Well,
It works sometimes if it's like a sort of
it's always weird to me when they
stylistic thing. But
have a band backing them, you know, where it's
Yeah.
like, I know you're the main guy,
yeah.
but I feel like the other bandmates are probably adding something that you didn't come up with,
Right.
you know? So,
Well, and I think for that song in particular, I think he wrote it with the Manchester Orchestra guys. So that's
sickening.
they wrote that song with him. So I think he's collaborating with all these guys down in Nashville. Everyone's just getting into a room together and banging some stuff out.
So this says he was born in Jacksonville, Florida, but he's from Knoxville, Tennessee. And now you're saying he lives in Nashville.
I think he does.
Okay. He's got that sound like someone that, I don't know, I maybe used to know.
Yeah.
Sounds a little like him.
Yeah. I think you go to Nashville, you acquire a little country twang.
Yeah.
You incorporate that into your pop rock music.
So what do you think of him overall? You've listened to both albums?
I listened to both albums, and then he had a record store day release this year that I grabbed because it's all of his like EPs and like singles that haven't been on anything. And that's honestly, that might be my favorite album of his.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't pick that because it's
not
like,
an album.
I can't tell you to look up 6 different EPs and singles that make up the album.
Right. Yeah, I'm not planning on doing something like that either.
And you can't So that all being said, so I started listening to that after I found that song. I like it. I like him. I mean, I don't know much about him. I looked into it now. I guess he was something of a child prodigy. He was on American Idol as like a 14-year-old or something. Which he was in rehab for drugs and alcohol before he was like 20. So
that explains some of his lyrics to me.
Yeah.
You should have texted me that.
Sorry, I should have texted you that.
By the way. But we love Cowell in this house, right? We're Cowell defenders.
Huh?
Simon Cowell.
Yes, we love Simon Cowell. If he's told you you're not ready,
yeah,
we agree.
Through his Joker, like his face that's been cut off and put back on, like the Court of Owls Joker. You're not quite ready. He's like, okay.
Yeah, I think he moved around a lot, and that's why he's kind of from a bunch of different places. He moved around a lot.
He should do a cover of that song that's like, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
It probably
South Dakota, North Dakota.
I've been everywhere.
That's how he sounds. That's awesome.
Did you listen? You ever heard of this guy?
No, I didn't listen to it. I've never heard of him.
Mm-hmm.
When I started listening to it, I was like, yeah, this is definitely not stuff I listen to. And I hit create station to see, well, what are the algorithms, right? What are the algorithms saying he sounds like? Everything was like, never heard of them or don't listen to them. It's just all stuff that I'd say this is a blind spot, be it intentionally or unintentionally.
Sure.
It's a style of music that I do not turn toward. So no, never heard of him.
Sure.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. And I mean, that's fine. That's the show.
That's the show. Yeah, that's the God's honest truth, frankly, is that I've never heard of Mr. Briston Maroney. What?
Go ahead. I was going to say, did you break the time-honored...
Yeah.
Did you break the time-honored tradition of only listening to this album?
Yeah. I did a little bit.
Okay.
Because...
Okay.
I had a little bit of a John Van Dusen moment. No, not a John... Well, maybe... I had a little bit of a John Van Dusen / Jukebox The Ghost situation.
Yeah.
Where I watched him on, I think it was Kimmel. He was performing Body from his newest album.
This little guy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I said, this might be my favorite song of his that I've heard.
Yeah.
After listening to Sunflower in whole. Dweller. I listened to Body and I said, I think I might like this more. So I said, I think Landon did it again where he picked the wrong album.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I keep picking the wrong album.
It seemed a little more realized.
Yeah, I think it's more artistically interesting.
Like I listened to Intro and Body, and then I said, I shall not pass
Sure.
more of this album into my ears. Because that's not what we're doing.
No,
here.
that's not what we're about.
I listened to Sunflower and I listened to the Manchester Orchestra version, and I said, there's Andy. That's what I want.
Yeah. And
here we are.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there's not much more to say other than I saw upstairs that you had put a new sink in your bathroom. Like 2 years ago.
Yeah. There's a cat here.
All that she needed was one good reason you couldn't find it. Left her standing so damn demanding with hands in your pockets. Took all the money, never found it funny, moved back with your parents. Blamed all the feelings you can't conceal on emotional violence. But some things are out of your hands. Looks like Indiana packed up her bags and went out and got it.
Name the dog Indiana.
Clothes from the closet, safety deposit wasn't an option. Product of beauty, always saw through me and knew what she wanted.
How's that?
That's the song Sinking. Sinking Lincoln.
Oh my goodness. If only we had some sort of robot to tell us if that was funny or not.
Yeah, that would be helpful, certainly.
Did you know he's best known for the viral 2018 hit Freakin' Out on the Interstate?
No.
That's what Apple Music says.
Really?
It's his number one song, top song.
Whoa.
Freaking Out on the Interstate.
Huh.
Viral hit. What do you think that means? TikTok?
Was that around in 2018?
2018, that was before the pandemic. See, our episode might get flagged now.
Yeah. No, I didn't know he was known for that.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't know he was known for nothing.
Well, he is. Dang, I should have read this. They got a whole about him on here. His first brush with fame came in 2013 at 15 when he auditioned for his 13th season of American Idol. Huh. Gotten top 30. That's good.
Good for him.
Deep Sea Diver was co-written with Grammy Award-winning songwriter Dan Wilson, who wrote with Adele, The Chicks, and Semisonic. Huh.
I know who I want to take me home to write a song that's going to be big.
Yeah. Dan Wilson. Uh-huh. So, yeah, I guess it should be mentioned because it said 20. He was 15 when he did. He's a young guy,
buck,
right? He's 26 now. So this was 3. So he's like 23 or something when he wrote this.
Yeah.
So I can excuse a lot of things from a 23-year-old.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. This first song, what are you feeling? You throw this on, you're hearing some, like I said, some kind of twangy guitars. You kind of getting the sort of Nashville sound with, in a rock vehicle.
Yep. So I threw it on. I was driving to go see Furiosa, Mad Max Saga. I was I was going to stop at the record store to pick up a new album that came out that I was looking forward to. I threw this album on. I listened to Sinkin', and then I said, I think I'm going to listen to the new album that came out that I wanted to listen to.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to circle back to this for the show. There is a cat that is causing absolute havoc. Oh, he's got to do that. Yeah, we'll let you do that. He'll get bored.
Fine.
I found it to be perfectly inoffensive. It's kind of got the 4 on the floor. Like it sounds like if I was in Nashville and I'm walking by the bars, right? There's the neon boot that's kicking, the neon lady that you go, I wish she was real. Oh, please look at her proportions. And there's a bunch of cowboys out there going, we agree, sir, because you're talking out loud. Yeah. I feel like I'd hear this coming from inside, like he's a local guy that lives there.
Yeah.
I said, this sounds like a lot of music.
Yeah.
Coming out of Nashville. That was my first thought.
I think that's right. But I think it, I mean, it's not my favorite song ever, but
you bought the album. Speak your truth. It's your favorite song.
It's my favorite song ever.
Wait, so did you buy this? You said you listened to his live album.
Yeah.
Did you order this album? Or
No.
is this when you were at the store you bought it?
No. Actually, I found this at probably the same record store you were going to find yours, just maybe 3 years before you went to Furiosa.
Wow. 3 years. So you've had this for a while.
2 years. I don't know.
So you haven't had it that long.
I don't know how long it's been. I'll be honest. But you're flipping through and you see an artist. You're like, hey, I've listened to that.
Okay.
And you're like, that's usually not anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you buy it.
So you'd listened to his live stuff.
I'd listen to the live album and I'd listen to this.
Okay, so you listened to it and then you saw it at the store and picked it up.
Yeah. I said, I like it.
Just wondering, because sometimes I'll go, hey, you know what? I listened to this, but it's not my favorite, does it warrant me buying it?
Right.
Probably not.
Yeah. But you've seen how I do stuff.
Yeah. But I'll do the same where I go, I don't know, and then I'd never listen to it. But I also, records are sort of the thing where I can support the artist get something,
Yeah.
in return and go, I'll listen to it or I won't. I stream it all the time anyway.
Yeah.
I'll throw it on the record player, but I've given them their flowers, as they say.
Yeah.
Right?
I think,
That's how
good.
you support someone.
You support the artist, you support the local record store. And I think it is a sort of like you can put this on. You have anyone who's over, you can put this on in the background and they're going to tap their toe to it.
Who was the band that you said you wish you could play? Was it Geese? Where you said you put it on because you think, I can put this on, and then it gets weird.
Well, yeah, there's
and
just
abrasive.
a couple songs where they
scream, or it's like just noise.
It's just like noise for a minute at the end, and you're like, I can't.
This is something you can put on, and no one's gonna wag a finger.
That's it.
So this didn't catch you, I'd say. You said not your favorite song, but
I think it's a fine album opener, but it is. There's not really a chorus. It's just kind of
And I'd say also lyrically, I don't know if there's anything catching my fancy.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, that's why to me sometimes stuff that sounds like this, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what exactly you're singing about that I'm supposed to be interested in.
Sure.
So, and then I looked it up and I saw he's only 23, and I said, I gotta apologize.
He's finding what he's interested in talking about.
But also
still.
Overall, I'd say the sound, that's when I was like, I don't really listen to any. It has, like you said, kind of that country, the Nashville sort of sound where they've got, I don't know if the gains turned up a little. There's sort of that, maybe trying to sound like a live setting or something, but it's all very simple stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it sounds like some studio guys with him or something. I don't know.
Yeah. There's a couple lyrics that I like.
Sing them to me, old Danny boy.
Never found fun. Moved back with your parents, blamed all the feelings you can't conceal on emotional violence. It's an interesting sort of idea. You're talking about someone who's hasn't found their thing yet, and kind of blaming it on other people doing stuff that isn't exactly helpful for your own personal life, and blame all the feelings you can't conceal on emotional violence. Blaming your sort of outburst on other people. I think that's interesting. I like the little refrain of, but some things aren't out of your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Are out of your hands. Sorry. Did I say aren't?
It's just embarrassing.
Yeah, that's crazy. But no, I mean, I think there's better songs on the old album.
I think so too. I think it sets the table for what you're kind of get for the most part.
Yeah. And the verse 3, mama had a baby, drove her crazy, pushed her to drinking. Daddy wore a collar, spent the last dollar. That ship was sinking. Oh, you talk about the money, baby, not about the money, baby, not about the money, baby. I like that.
I like it. I sometimes stuff like that, like this isn't happen and this happened and baby, it's not about the money. That's when I'm like, I probably could hear this a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this sort of like, I'm in Nashville now and I'm kind of doing this.
I feel like I brought up Nashville and you.
No, when I heard it in the music, I said,
He's not.
No, I don't even know where that is.
Give
me a map, and first of all, I'll say, well, these proportions are wrong because the Earth is like a disc.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like a cereal bowl,
and then there's the ice shelves all around it.
Yeah, the big wall.
Yeah,
the Jon Snow's garden.
Is that real? So, what do you think about this song?
We're done with this song.
Yeah, I was just trying to set you off, much like a bottle rocket. Okay.
Remember, Andy Hull wrote part of the song.
So don't be mad.
Don't be mad. Cat hair everywhere.
Did someone say Sparks? No, Edgar. You need to give their drummer more than 2 drums. Oh my. John Andrew Hull. How's that sit with you? Songwriter John Andrew Hull. Andy Hull
Is John?
is John Andrew. How's that sit with you?
Damn. All great songwriters are John. Lennon.
Yeah.
The rest.
Foreskin. Let's see here. Bottle Rocket.
Yeah, I think there is a bit of a maybe not quite a full album's worth of material, and maybe like I feel like maybe this song should open the album or start it differently or something. It's like you're saying. Same drum beat to start, basically, which to me sounds cool. I like this music. I like this type of music. So I don't dislike it. It is a little samey. I think this song is better than that song.
Yeah.
And if you have them, especially back to back,
that's what these two, when I'm like, it's just inoffensive, where it's like, here's the same kind of thing, where I just feel like, I'm not hearing like I gotta have this guy in my band, like weird. It just seems like a session. Like, yeah, I can do this for like,
yeah.
Here's your song. You need like, because you're doing your little and then someone's just like which is like kind of a Strokesy sort of indie, like early 2000s indie sound that I never cared for either. So there's a lot of moving parts of things I don't care for. But then I listened to, I think the other problem, something else you like about that, like when I listened to this version and then I listened to the Manchester Orchestra version, because you said this was the song. I was like, well, I like that because I like Andy's voice. So I'm like, I think that's the other thing is, even though the lyrics aren't my favorite on this, just hearing him sing it instead, I was like, oh, I like this better. But there's also a different sound. It's their sort of acoustic piano. It makes it sound a little more grandiose or important.
Yeah. Well, I think especially him singing,
which
on top of all of it, is like, oh, I need to sit down and shut up and listen.
Yeah.
He's got one of those voices where you just say, oh, this matters.
Right. Which can be, even in Manchester Orchestra, maybe to their detriment, like where you listen to their newest, whatever the Field of Vision, I don't remember.
Valley of Vision.
Valley of Village people, where you go, yeah, they can sound great like this, but if it all sounds like that, you're like, okay, but where's the dynamics of like making this part matter more? So I love them, but there is that where you go, well, they have that thing where they can do that. It's like, I don't know. We talked about Switchfoot before on the show, where it's like, John Foreman has that sound in his voice and the cadence where he's like, listen to these things I'm saying. Now, luckily for him, it's mostly good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like this is important sounding. But when someone just has that sound, you can add it to anything and it's a little cheat code.
Yeah.
To go, this is good because
it pluses it up a little bit. Elevates.
And I go, well, I think I just like Manchester Orchestra more. This is like, that's the sound I want, not necessarily this guy's voice or whatever.
Sure.
So, strike two.
You're not a different band that we also already listened to. Yeah, it's true. Bands sound different.
And I go, well, why can't you sound like this? And he goes, well, because I'm not. I want to sound like this album.
Well, so what do you...
I like this song better, but there is a lot of the elements are the same as the first, where I go, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Lyrically, what are we doing here?
What are we doing here? What are the odds I never wish to be something I'm not? Seems I forgot the closed door isn't always locked. Again, with the lyrics, all my life waiting for... come to find I'm the one that will decide my life. It just takes a little time. I go, okay.
Yeah. That's...
It's not a new idea, but most music's not.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine. It's catchy. I think there's some other... There's better stuff to come on the album for me.
Yeah, agreed.
But that's why when I'm like... maybe it's just the sound I don't care for, because when... they're doing the other rendition of it, and I go, yeah, that's for me, that's what I like more.
Yeah. I need to start next time when I have something like this, a little conundrum of what to pick. I'm going to pick the one that for some reason I think you'll, because I don't know. I think, well, at least it is like a fast album, or
right.
like he'll get through it faster. So he can go on to listening to Lord of the Rings dungeon thrash. I mean, you can't make this shit up, people. But
lordy, look who's 40.
But I think I need to pick the opposite of that. I need to go away from my gut.
We'll see, and maybe you'll be wrong.
Yeah.
I just when I got to that song from the new album, I was like, this sounds a little more realized, of like he's finding his own voice, whereas I can hear this sound in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think the new album Ultra Pure, it's
or the lyrics were a little more interesting.
Yeah.
In Body, when he's like, I'm gonna be dead, and I was like, oh
yeah, this
25-year-old's figuring it out, and I roll my eyes and click back to my
lyrically it's more interesting.
Addicting Games tab.
I think
play Sniper Man 8.
It might be a little more interesting artistically, but I think the rubric is here. I think, for one, I think he is a positive type of fellow,
mm-hmm.
and if you don't have to know his backstory, I didn't know it until I looked it up for this.
Mm-hmm.
Before I was just like, yeah, he writes some good songs that I like, but knowing that he's a sort of teenage drug addict that
it makes it does add a little context for me, because there's so many songs of like a 20-something-year-old going like, I'm like Lincoln talking about like, I'm doing acid in every song. You're like, are you, or are you doing it because it kind of sounds cool that you're doing drugs?
I think he was too.
Yeah,
all these kids, they think it looks cool and then they try it,
mm-hmm.
and then they get anointed.
And then we come on here and go, your song's fine.
But no, yeah, I think this song is good.
Yep.
The thing that, come to find, I'm the one that will decide my life. It just takes a little time. It's a bottle rocket.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a bottle rocket to me takes no time at all. This is my big thing with this song.
Right.
It's a bottle rocket. Now, I think the verses are talking of like, are kind of pointing to the bottle rocket as something that burns bright quickly and fades out, which is what he doesn't want to do. Like turn back to the shelf, reading every letter I wish I wrote myself. So get in the car. All this talk, it only gets you so far. And the other verse, well, what were the odds? I never wished to be something I'm not. Seems I forgot. The closed door isn't always locked. I think he's pointing to a sort of, I don't want to just be here and then fade out type of thing. But then the pre-chorus, all my life waiting for a little spark, all my time circling around the dark. It's a pretty good place to start. Come to find I'm the one that decided my life. It just takes a little time. It's a bottle rocket. It's a bottle rocket. That's not. Do you understand what I'm saying? In the verse, he's describing a bottle rocket. But in the chorus, he's describing taking your time, letting it, figuring it out. That's not a bottle rocket.
I get what you're saying. It's like almost saying, I think life's a bottle rocket. Yeah. And he goes, come to find it's not a bottle rocket. It's a bottle rocket. And you go, hold on. Yeah, because even lighting that fuse, it's going to go quick. It's not like you're not waiting. Yep.
That's it. So I don't know. And I know Andy Hull helped him. So he probably should have picked up on that too.
Yeah, but he's like, I'm not singing it. Like, it's not my song.
Like, do whatever, dude.
Some of this is
my life.
I'll sing your silly little song.
I'll sing it.
It's a pretty good place to start. Oh my life.
Nothing here is going like, wow, that's a great lyric I've ever heard.
No, but good catchy song. I like the song. So I know that you said you didn't at first. Maybe you decided that you do now, but hey, it's still cool if you don't.
What are you talking about? Forgot the song's slow.
He's got his little vocoder too.
Dang, I should have kept mine plugged in.
So let's figure this out. Park my car in front of you. How is it? In my list of things I wrote down. Reasons why I think this works out. I don't care if you know. I spend every summer alone. Turn myself around and go. And see the curtains move in your window.
What?
Here we go.
It's just a matter of time till this comes up and I break down.
I like when it follows him.
It's not an ideal time. Got a feeling that it's coming around.
By the way, really quick, if you ever listen to the show and you're getting reviewed and you go, you're mad at us, and then you hear like anything we say,
We get all of it wrong.
yeah, you go, I like how it follows the thing he's doing. You realize we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Just breathe.
Just breathe. It's all good.
Anyway.
So if you want to, maybe we ought to. I'll talk if you do, but we don't have to. I'll go if you go. I won't if you won't. I've got a feeling, but it's still cool if you don't. But it's still cool if you don't.
All right.
That's like if Jerry Harrison came in like on that Pink Spiders album. Like, I got a synth part I can play for you.
Some guys out there going, I gotta have this band. Still, they're yours, buddy. Well, I gotta have Briston Maroney. So
Brixton is your hat company. This is Briston.
a little Easter egg for our YouTube
If you
fellows.
walked around Nashville with a Brixton hat, you'd be laughed at.
Yeah. That's why I don't belong there. And I say, they all laugh at me and I go, I don't want to be here. I don't like your music that comes from your perfectly proportioned neon women and your boots that swing and swing all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's, if we're rating these first three,
Yeah.
this is going probably at the top for me.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because of the chorus, it's fun.
I think it is, yeah. And it feels maybe the most honest
Yeah.
of just like, of the sort of adolescent
It's honest in its,
uncertainty.
yes.
And it's unknowing.
Honest, not in a direct way of someone writing a song saying, here's all the things I wish I could say if I could actually talk to a girl. He's saying, so if you want to, maybe we ought to, I'll talk. You know, it's talking around the situation. And maybe you want to, never get it, never actually saying what he's trying to say. Just the other person understands, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe we should, but hey. It's whatever, man.
And he is a consent king, and that's why we love him for that. It's still cool if you don't. Whatever we're talking about, if you do, that's great. If not, that's fine too.
But of course, he's being a little vague.
Yeah, no, this is one of my tops, I think.
This is tops for me too. Not top.
No. But
It's giving top.
Yeah. Well, if it's cool with it.
If it's cool, it's cool. If you don't want to get
Here's
top.
one thing I'll say too. I like that. I think the last few songs, we've done 3.
Yeah. We're an hour into the episode.
Maybe the last 2 songs, he started as if he's already in conversation.
Yeah.
I like when a song starts like that.
Because it's interesting. How do you start a song? How do you end a song?
Yeah. Like
Think of one. I can't think of a song.
No.
If I try to think of how does a song start, not one comes to mind.
Yeah, that's weird. You're stupid. But especially this song in particular of starting. And so let's figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
It speaks to the sort of adolescent anxiety that the whole song is touching on. I think to even your song starts like you're not even confident with what you're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Writing a song. It's an interesting move. I like when that happens. So big ups to the B-Man. And so let's figure this out. Park my car in front of your house. Read my list of things I wrote down. Reasons why I think this works out. Don't care if you know. I spend every summer alone. Turn myself around.
I spend every summer alone.
Not even sure what I really called for. Maybe I was feeling more. Maybe I was listless and bored. We get all this stuff. Please do not say to me in a song, so stop me if you've heard this before. I don't need that in any more songs. I've heard it enough. Sir, you're on my watch list.
But this is kind of interesting because, well, and just to verse 2, what you just read, and then, no, this probably hurts to watch me trip over my words. Hear me try and make my way through this verse. That's my no-no. I don't necessarily like when someone's talking about the song that they're writing.
Does that happen again on this album? Or am I thinking of something else that I listened to?
I don't know.
That royally pissed me off too.
So stop me if you've heard this before. That I don't mind because then it goes into the chorus of him hemming and hawing about. I think it kind of works with that of like, you know, this old thing that I do where I am not sure how to talk to you about whatever we're talking about. I don't mind that, but maybe once it's ever happened that I said, hey, that's cool, where they're like, so I wrote this song.
Yep.
It's probably a country song, right? At the end you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
he's writing the song to his grandpa.
Right, because he's like, and then you found this song in your underwear drawer and you're reading it now. Yeah.
The stuff works.
It's a formula.
It works.
Ever think about your daughter growing up and you're dead? And you're just like, yes.
I'm not heartless. Of course it works. I know you're tricking me. So yeah, we agree that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's one you can just drive down. You could roll down your windows and sing along, crank it up loud when you're driving down on, like, say you're driving really far.
You want me to say?
On the freeway.
I guess that's not for me to say. For me to Zane. Alvita Zane. I'm just doing word association. Oh. Our drummer got another drum.
Larry, bring your Telecaster. I got a song.
Yes, sir. Alone.
Guess the little things that up along the way. How I should have known you wouldn't come alone. Alone. Somebody tried being honest with me, and I guess there are worse ways to go.
What was that little? I don't know. One of those. You put it on the ground, it pops into the air.
Oh, badass.
We've got a rebel. Ha ha. Okay, damn.
Lawyer.
Whoa.
Oh! Larry, get that phaser pedal out. What the hell's that? Boom, boom. My subconscious said your name 3 times today, but I held my tongue before I spoke again. Took my dog down to the park. He ran away. And how I wish he knew I felt the same as him. And somebody lied to me, honestly. Yeah, this is another song on the album. I like this chorus. I don't know about the middle finger to roadsides. I don't know about all that. I don't know anything about all that, okay?
No. And you wouldn't. You've never truly lived.
No. Because there's no road signs that tell you you've gone too far. Unless it's like there's a cliff.
It says, please
like there's a
turn
reason
back.
you shouldn't be endlessly flipping them the bird when you get to them.
Or like the final one in Rat Race where it says you should have bought a squirrel.
That should be the album cover for this.
That'd be a cool album.
Briston Maroney, you should have bought a squirrel.
Yeah, I mean,
I like the sound of the chorus.
yeah, just that. And then with the sort of second motif of the chorus, the consider this my confession, your love's my obsession, go ahead and sentence me to life.
I feel like he's kind of doing that indie songwriter voice sometimes.
And I think he doesn't do it as much now.
No.
I think he outgrew that sort of thing. I mean, I think it's kind of his voice anyway.
Yeah, but some, like when he says, he said like, alone. There's some words he said where I go, you're on my watch list.
Yeah. I agree, but then sometimes he does it and I'm like, but he's kind of cool when he does it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Then I put him on my other watch list.
Yeah.
The cool, like, I'll keep my eye on you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little... But then he puts in little things of like, somebody tried being honest with me, and I guess there are worse ways to go. And then the next one is... Somebody
lied to me, honestly.
And I guess there was less I could know. Just little things where you're like, there's something here. That's a smart little turn of phrase and interesting sort of...
Oh, yeah. If I wrote that, I would think I'm a genius.
Yeah.
So, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. And great chorus. Lyrically, I agree. I mean, but sound-wise,
To me,
I love it.
these seem like what I meant to say earlier. Please forgive me. I'm like, yeah, these are probably fun to play. Probably fun for him to sing and stuff.
Yeah.
But that doesn't translate to me in the back with my arms crossed.
Well, he's coming to Des Moines this October, and I'll be seeing him.
Oh!
I'll be right up there.
What's the date on that show?
I think the 12th or something.
Okay.
And then our good friends in Jukebox the Ghost will be there the very next day. So I'm going to have me a fun little pop rock weekend in Des Moines, and you can go kick rocks.
I have a show. I'm going to a show in Chicago on the 11th, so I'll be out of town.
I wasn't inviting you.
And I'm not driving.
I was telling you that I'm going to be doing it.
I'm not driving from Chicago to Des Moines. That's just too much the next day.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a band.
I'm going to be
That'd actually be kind of cool.
and I'm going to be standing up front in the very front with my arms crossed doing this.
Don't you hate that?
It's just more comfortable though to stand with your arms crossed.
Don't you hate that?
We need to have a conversation.
When someone is up, they've muscled their way up front,
Yeah.
and then they're just
And usually they're 7'12", and they have a pimple on their neck. You're
idiots.
like, I don't know what I should be looking at. I want to see the little pipsqueak on stage.
But I'm seeing a little pipsqueak on the back of your your neck trunk.
At least let me pop it. If you're gonna stand directly in front of me and my my wife.
Yeah, wrong show.
So
I'm neck trunk's a good like Dane Cook. Like, what's that? You got the bowling ball connected to your head trunk, and they're like, well, you just called it a bowling ball, now you're calling it a head. You're not funny anymore.
Hey, do you have anything else to say about this?
Yeah, I used to play a game on the playground, and we'd go, MacGyver, who's the deep sea diver? And someone would have to stick their head in the sand.
How we doing, Des Moines?
Yeah, I'll be like,
Woo! Can I get a little more? Oh,
me and 6 other people are gonna go nuts. Boom, 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 boom.
Whoa.
Because he's a young boy and he's addicted.
Yes. I can't say anything now.
To make things harder than they have to be. Making drama my new nicotine.
Because he's addicted because he's boy.
Get those lozenges like Marin.
It's enough.
Zins or whatever.
Pow, I just shit myself or whatever.
You know how... we'll talk about it after.
my breath. But it's plain to see if you know me. I'm a deep sea diver.
I hope he has a chorus with him.
Us.
Too deep, 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 deep.
Check this out.
Met a kid down in Bowling Green. Of course he tried to sell me
Of course.
Course.
Because of...
Didn't tell him it was not my scene. And promised him I'd try it next week.
Where's that slide? There it is.
Why are we scared to say what's on our mind?
Fear of rejection or some selfish pride.
Come on.
Make things harder than they have to be. Easier said than done for me.
You've already heard the
It's
chorus.
another joy.
Should have kept this plugged in. This is the show I need this for.
Yeah.
So basically, he's a deep sea diver holding his breath.
And he's in too deep. It's like that Jeff Lemire graphic novel that I think I lent to you and I never got back called Underwater Welder.
I think that was a gift.
Just that he's a deep sea diver.
Yeah,
In
that
that.
was a gift. Now, if you said the guy that helped Adele write some songs wrote this, I'd say I can see that maybe. It's plain to see if you know me. I'm a deep sea diver and I'm in too deep. It's another joke that I don't get. I'm a deep sea diver holding my breath. It's plain to see if you know me. I'm a deep sea diver. He said it twice. Bro, it's the name of the song too. I get it, brother.
Bro.
I like that slide. You ever watch, when you go see a band and they got the guy on the slide guitar and it's like he's playing a game of Operation. Like, what's he doing up there? He's got the little, he's always, it's like he's dismantling a bomb.
Yeah. He's like Benji from Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Never seen it.
I do. Here's the thing. I like this song.
Yeah. I know I'm making fun of it, but
no, I mean, that's what we do. We make fun of everything.
Right. But I also lap steel guitar, Luke Reynolds. Good on you, Luke.
Good on you, Luke. I like that too.
I like hearing that in the background there. Yeah, I think this song's fine. Is it up there? And I know I say things are too slow sometimes, but I can get into it.
I think this is just, it's one of those, it's got that nice tight pocket where you're just and then at the end it does get kind of big and bodacious and such a Bahama Mama.
Right.
It's plain to see if you know me. When he hits the big one at the end and you're like, yeah.
It builds in a good way.
Yeah.
There's a cat.
There's a cat, so.
There we go.
Yeah.
Met a kid down in Bowling Green. She tried to sell me ketamine. Didn't tell him it's not my scene. Very specific situation. Why are we scared to say what's on our mind? Fear of rejection or some selfish pride?
Yeah.
I like that. I go, okay, I get what he's... Because you go, why are you telling me this?
Oh. I thought you were going to make fun of it when I was going to say, no, this is one of my...
No.
This is one of the good lyrics.
We shan't fight here.
Yay! I do, yeah. Make things harder than they have to be. Easier said than done for me. I think we can all relate to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just told me a story about how you made something much harder than it had to be.
And everyone out there, get your minds out of the gutter. We're talking about a weird situation between a man and a woman in a movie theater.
That's right. Don't take it to the naughty place. Hey, the naughty place, that's like in the good place.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's forking awesome. And then in verse 1, it's a job 7 days a week to make things harder than they have to be. Mm-hmm. That little phrase he plays with. He does that a lot where he kind of changes the verse 1 will introduce not a concept, but like a line. Mm-hmm. And then verse 2 or pre-chorus will kind of change it a little bit or to play on it a little bit. I like when that happens in a song.
I tend to prefer it. I like when you at the end, another joke I don't get. I'm a deep sea diver, don't know how to swim, even though I feel like I've gotten it at this point.
Yeah.
But he changes it up. It's plain to see if you know me. I like when you go back to the chorus, but there's a little, you've tweaked it or you've changed something based on what you've given me in the second verse.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mr. Maroney. Baloney Maroney. That's what they call him.
I know this might be a weird time to say this.
Yeah.
But
you don't know how to read?
I've never heard this album. No. Just because for some reason I thought of it. I was going to pick this for this week, or I was going to pick The Million Masks of God by Manchester Orchestra, just as a kind of a joke, but also because I thought it would be funny to just pick another Manchester Orchestra album. But I re-listened to everything that they've done, I love that album.
It's a great one. It's just not the first one that come to my mind as someone that has listened to them.
I know.
For a different timeline.
Yeah, I know.
God, that would have been funny. I would have had my week would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But we love Deep Sea Diver.
Yeah. Why?
Oh crap. And this takes us to the B side. Is that correct? That was the end of A side,
I believe.
If we split it right down the crack. Doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
Well, it should be.
Turn that up.
Can't. It's covered in cat hair.
Blue light in the rear view left me with the clear view unloaded. Got a lot of love, but I don't really know how to show it. I grew on my own. I told you so. I did not need someone
Thank you.
to hold
Blue.
back my heart the way you've done and you were doing. But why can't I be someone else tonight? I'd give anything to make this right. And you don't know what you've been missing, babe. So won't you turn off the lights and come back inside, and then you find you'd rather not. Back into the black, I was ready for somebody different. Remembering these days as much as I'm forgetting. If you're losing track, stepping back and you know it. Count up all your friends, is there anybody left who would notice? But why can't I be someone else tonight? And I'd give anything
Let me
to
go.
make this right. And I will hold my breath until I cannot anymore. And why do I pray to a God that I know I can't afford? Am I wrong to be confused if I am still in love with you? Am I wrong to feel anything at all?
And we go back to the chorus.
Why can't I be someone else tonight?
Kind
he
of change
just-
it up a little.
Yeah. And kind of just opens it up.
Yeah.
This is my favorite song on the album.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the best one.
I said if they were all this, Mr. Maroney.
Yeah, it's definitely the best one. And I remember listening to the live album when it got, because I was vibing to it,
Oh,
and then it got to this, and I was like, oh, this is a banger. I'm sorry, I just like the way that kind of sounds. The kids these days, they say stuff like that.
Hold on. That's banging.
Doesn't that feel so funny?
It gives me a funny feeling. Banger. I love that. Yes. Am I wrong? Yeah, this one's good. I mean, what do you want from me? It's chugging along too.
Yeah.
You're going down and you're going
And it does feel, I mean, certainly knowing what we know, that he was a young teenage addict. Half a bottle down, a mile out of town, and it hits me. Everything I'd come to love was coming back to get me.
Oh,
Blue light in the rear view.
this guy loves talking about his blue lights.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
like-
he's got those glasses on,
I think maybe that's like
but he's wearing them backwards, so it's like extra blue.
he has red light blockers.
Yeah, he's
He doesn't know cop cars have.
Okay, there you go.
Got a lot of love, but I don't really know how to show it. And I grew on my own. I told you so. I did not need someone to hold back my heart the way you've done and you were doing. Why can't I be someone else tonight? Everyone's related to that, haven't they, boy?
Oh, yes, boy. I'd give anything to make this right. And why don't you? And you don't know what you've been missing, babe. Interesting.
You don't know what you've been missing, babe.
So
won't you turn off the lights and come back inside, and then you'd find you'd rather not.
Mm-hmm.
Sad.
Isn't that sort of the I can make it better, I'll be better? Because like, why can't I be so? He's wondering why can't he be? And it's like, if only I could show you that.
Yeah.
Sort of the last pleas of, but you know you can't. So you see that you've come back, and guess what? Big mistake. Everything's the same. So you go back into the block. I was ready for something different.
Yeah, remembering these days, as much as I'm forgetting.
Oh yeah, I do have a drink. Sorry, I thought it was like that scene in Hook where I had to pretend. He's like, pretend you're eating pepperoni pizza, and he's like, om nom nom. Om nom nom. Om nom nom.
Never seen it. Catch up all your friends. Is there anybody left to ignore this? That's kind of cool. And then of course you take us to the bridge. And I will hold my breath until I cannot anymore. Why do I pray to a God that I know I can't afford? Am I wrong to be confused if I am still in love with you? Am I wrong to feel anything at all?
And this is where we get the most dynamics of kind of a faster moving song.
Yeah.
Kind of a darker feeling, taking it all down and then building it up to finally, we get to hear.
And I think that like this is probably the best bit of songwriting lyrically and musically, this through the end.
Yeah.
Where, and I think on Ultra Pure, he's doing a lot more of this bridge, but it doesn't, at least to me, I haven't listened to it as much, but it doesn't ever do the build part. It's kind of, they're all just little more acoustic-y sort of, which is cool and I like, but I do like the sort of the big build.
Because it builds and it goes into a halftime thing, which makes it a little heavier and it makes you pay attention a little more. And I think the lyrics answer that call for a little more attention.
Yeah.
In a way that's like, yes, this is a more important thing and he's calling attention to it. I like that a lot. I like it a lot.
Yep. This is a, hey, good way to start side B, huh?
That's kind of what I said. This might be one of those albums where we get to the B side and that's where Daddy's Milk is. Right?
Yeah.
But and because of that, it's like going from side 1 to side 2 is a roller coaster. Billie Eilish.
I like this. They found a couple extra percussion toys in the back. They said, hey, come on.
So you're saying what I was saying. Like, this guy's got 2 floor toms. You already did that.
Oh, baby, I'm a
Rolling Stone.
Mick Jagger's my name.
Close your eyes. Sorry, I thought I heard Immortan Joe revving up his freaking motorcycle in the back. Mad Max. I gotta write a
Immortan Joe.
I gotta write a letter.
Sounds awesome.
Gotta write a list for next week. I mean, I am liking this side more than the first side. Well, I don't know if because it sounds like you woke up.
It's a little more interesting production going on this one.
Right. Buy Indian food on the way home. Just writing a letter for next week. So, oh baby, I'm a roller coaster.
Yeah, not the best chorus in my opinion.
No.
Stuck at the top.
Kind of sounds like the first idea you'd come to.
Yeah, it's like.
And then it says in here, every step that I'm taking, close your eyes, I start to drop. I just thought he said, every step that I'm taking, I start to drop. I don't know what I thought he said, every step I'm taking closer, I start to drop. I don't know if. But it says close your eyes in both places I'm looking.
Should we check the...
Why don't you pull that out? I'll see if there's anything else I want to say here. Yeah. I just think it sounds a little more... Like you said, there's some more percussion stuff going on. Like they got an extra day in the studio to add some stuff. Atlanta... Look at that. No lyrics.
No. There is.
There's 2 sheets in there? Or it's on the... Okay.
Maybe not.
Okay. You're gonna pop this open. They're not in. They're in there. They're in here.
Oh. I thought it was just one of those worthless little.
Nah.
There they are.
He's pulling out the lyrics for Rollercoaster. We're gonna figure this out. I'd imagine if it's in 2 different places where he is saying "close your eyes."
Every step. Here we go. Oh, baby, I'm a roller coaster stuck at the top. Every step that I'm taking closer, I start to drop.
Why does this shit happen? Why does Genius, who's put right into Apple Music?
Yeah. Every step. Yeah. Every place that it says it.
Oh, tell him Earbuds sent you.
Just get it. The lyrics exist.
That's what, like, where are you copying them from? Are you just writing them yourself? Because they're out there. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. No one's leaving any Genius notes on here that we can really refer to. But it's because you've brought us a kind of not a deep cut, but a new cut, you know?
Yeah.
He'll find his audience. He's on Atlantic Records. He's doing fine. He'll find his audience. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Could you hit something else?
It's not my fault. It's the cat. It's the studio cat.
People better enjoy that. Who knows? Sometimes, who knows next time we'll be in the cat room. But if this heat keeps up, good Lord Almighty.
Good Lord Almighty. But, yeah, so, again, I think not one of my favorites, but it is a good song. It's one of those where I'm like, when it comes on, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know if I really like this one. But then by that chorus, actually by the pre-chorus where you kind of pointed out he already did this, but I still like it. Like it happens again. Let's see where this goes because you swore that you would, but it won't. And I know that we do, but we don't. And I know we're never going to change.
But don't put it after the best song on the album.
Yeah. But I like that part. But then the chorus is kind of whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
You got anything else?
No.
Okay. I was just thinking about, like, I don't know, commercials that they couldn't do anymore. And I feel like the Apple Jacks one is pretty problematic because of cinnamon. The Rastafarian cinnamon stick.
I know. I was going to make you do it. I was going to act like I didn't know.
You can't make me do anything.
Another
Look
day.
over there.
Fuck.
Another truck stop, cup of coffee, the interstate
He's on the road.
winds me away from you. But who knew? I could get this lonely in a town that looks this pretty. I guess it just reminds me that you're sweet like cinnamon. Can't get rid of this feeling if I try. Reminisce on the songs we sang and we drove right through the night. Friday, I'm in love, got a landslide in my heart and my mind, 'cause you know every word to Harvest Moon. And I told you, you're my sugar magnolia, tiny dancer, I'll hold you. Close your eyes, 'cause you know I'll be home soon to sing these songs for you. Another show in a tiny town in Texas.
Tiny town in Texas.
I wish you were here, and it's clear the house we built of blankets is the only dream I'm chasing. It's worth all of the waiting, but you're sweet like cinnamon, can't get rid of this feeling.
Cinnamon to me is more of spicy.
Not sweet. But
Is that what he means?
yeah, you're sweet like cinnamon. Oh my God.
You're a little spicy, aren't you? Guess I'll just be living in a van down by the river.
I was on a kick of chewing cinnamon gum for a couple months, and I thought, unrelated, my tongue was also getting sores all over it. And then I realized I stopped chewing the cinnamon gum. I stopped getting the sores. My tongue can't handle cinnamon.
It's hot.
Tongue can't handle
I love cinnamon gum. It's my number one. And here's a little treat. And this is for the baddies out there that people will say you're being a gum gomer pile. It is a lot. People don't like cinnamon gum. So if you chew some gum and they go, "Hey, can I have some?" You go, "Yeah, it's cinnamon." Mm-hmm. They go, "Oh, never mind. More for me." And you're like at the risk of just tongue sores, though.
That's the thing.
You're like, "Oh, it's not good."
I was addicted to this stuff. I couldn't stop chewing it. Even after I realized what the problem was, like, correlation does not mean causation, but in this case. But then I would still be like,
I'm popping two in.
Maybe just one.
Oh, okay.
And then, sores. So I'm off the stuff. But sweet like cinnamon, can't get rid of this feeling if I tried. Reminisce on the songs we sang when we drove right through the night. Friday, I'm in love, got a landslide in my heart. A little country road love song for the back half of the album. Joey, what do you think of this? You hate it. Tell me.
I was wrong about the B-side being where I would lay my spurs beneath my bed. And I keep my boots facing the door so that I can leave anytime I need to. And I got a little pouch for my wedding ring, even though I'll never have one. Just cowboy stuff.
Sure.
You don't understand. Don't do this to me. Don't do a chorus where it's just you referencing other songs.
But
I don't need it, even though it gives me the perfect in to have the next episode of the show be one of my favorite bands of all time. Even though it gives me the perfect in, I'm going to refuse because of how, don't touch me, because of how egregious this is. And by the way, if you're going to reference songs in your thing, let's go through this. Friday, I'm in love. Got a landslide in my heart. Okay, what?
We finally got a genius annotation, so Joey's jumping on it.
Finally, and this one's unreviewed. Thank God. But here's what I want to say. Friday, I'm in love by The Cure. And by the way, it's Friday, parentheses. But you go landslide, then you go Harvest Moon, Sugar Magnolia, whatever.
Tiny
Dancer. You just picked the ones that are on the radio. Sickening. These are your favorite songs with your love. You're a basic B. This is where I get a little snobby with our music show. These are the ones you go to, gun to your head. You never listen to Fleetwood Mac. Name one. Landslide.
Sure.
You just picked the radio stuff.
Can I offer?
Get a new girlfriend. You need some deep cuts. Sing some songs that like what's another Fleetwood Mac song?
Doesn't know.
Lindsey Buckingham does Holiday Road. When you get home from your tiny town in Texas, when you get home and you both go,
Holiday. Perfect harmonies together. Holiday Road.
at the door, the cab driver's fare is still going.
So you are mad he can't name another one.
I'm mad that they're all the easiest one to go to. I'm also mad that the chorus is just naming. You're just taking the lyric. Friday I'm in love, got a landslide in my heart, in my mind, because you know every word to Harvest Moon. Dang, she knows every word to Harvest Moon. I'm going to marry this girl and leave my boots next to the door. So. And I told you you're my sugar magnolia, tiny dancer, I'll hold you.
Might I offer...
Turning into a ring wraith. Yes, please.
Might I offer a explanation that earlier in the song, that you're sweet like cinnamon. No, that reminisce on the songs we sang when we drove right through the night. I posit this is a man with no CD. They throw on the radio and they throw it to the oldies, and they're listening to the radio, and these are the songs you hear on the radio. It's a sort of throwback type of song anyway, because songs like this exist. I can't think of a single one of them right now, but it is a trope of like a love song of like, you are the...
What about the I mean, this isn't a throwback, but Yellow Card. You and me were driving with a Saves the Day record on.
Yeah, I hate that.
It's also like you're their contemporaries.
Yeah, it's like, so you put your friend's band on?
It's just disgusting.
That's annoying.
I would never listen to my friend's band.
Yes. And it's an otherwise great song. I just don't like that.
Yeah.
But you like that.
Nope.
Oh.
I'm just saying that's one that made me think of.
Yeah.
And also I don't listen to Saves the Day, so I can't even sing along and
no,
like
I can't relate.
Act like it's me.
All I can think about is you and me,
but it's just like
with the Saves the Day record on.
He says in the song, it's Friday, I'm in love. So you just say Friday, I'm in love. You're not, and then you can't think of anything for Harvest Moon. So you're just like, you know all the words to this one. And I told you you're my sugar magnolia. It's like little, isn't this cute? Get out of here.
Yeah. I
Tiny
think
dancer, I'll hold you. Cause close your eyes, cause you know I'll be home soon.
It certainly smacks of the simple acoustic love song.
Also, this is your first album and you're already doing the I'm playing shows and I miss you. Doesn't it seem like people want to go on the road and be in a band just so they can be like, it's hard out here? It's like when people make a movie and they go, it's so hard to do this 16 hours a day. Yeah. If the product good, because the product you're giving me right now, just sad.
Can you
also, I don't know if there's parentheses around I'm in love on Friday. I shouldn't say that.
Fake fan. I think
just seems like there should be.
Sure. I think
I don't know the song Sugar Magnolia either.
Yeah.
The walls are starting to crumble.
I think this guy knows more music than you.
Yeah.
And me.
Kind of make me sad.
And he's only 23.
Yeah, no, I know all this stuff. I just don't like Grateful Dead.
Aha! Got you again somehow.
God,
no, I
good.
think this is sort of, it's your standard kind of, and now I have my acoustic love song.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as acoustic love songs go, it's a cutie. It's a little cutie.
It is a cutie.
I think it's got a sweet little sound. The chorus, again, the guy can write a chorus. I get what you mean. I'm not sold one way or another on the referencing other songs thing. I think by the time he sets it up by saying these are the songs we sang on the road, driving through the night, and then by the end of the chorus when he says, You know I'll be home to sing these songs for you. Talking about the songs he just talked about. That's fine. I think, but the melody of the chorus I like. So if he could have made it about something else, that would have been preferable, depending on your pronunciation.
He knows there's a style of music he likes that he's gonna play.
Yeah, but I like that style. I like the song. I just
I know you picked this album.
Oh, that's right.
It's so egregious to me that he's given me the perfect choice for next week, and I can't take it.
That's sad.
Isn't it sad?
Mm-hmm. I
just feel like it would be a dishonor to just take such it's an easy out for me.
Yeah. We can't listen to Elton John this early in our run anyway. Well, because we have to appeal to the kids.
Yeah. We have to bring out the bangers, unfortunately. Bangers. Do you know every word to Harvest Moon? We could probably try.
Is that one of those 15-minute songs?
That I want to see you dance again on this harvest moon.
Yeah, I don't know all the words to that. It is impressive, actually.
I just did it. Yes, he loves playing his little acoustic guitar, and that's all well and good. And what did you say before? Before I knew the name of the next song.
Well, we can't play stuff like Grateful Dead or Elton John yet because we have to appeal to the kids.
My God, they're just so slow.
Hold on.
Let me set my...
The ghost... Could you shut that door behind you?
Yeah,
That's where the ghosts live.
Well, I will in a second.
Stay inside, my doors don't lock.
Yeah, just leave them here.
Maybe it's a sign we should take a walk down to the market or a coffee shop. Lips sealed tight 'cause money talks. Don't have a dollar, but I got no fear. Everyone I love is standing here.
Oh, that's cool.
On the road when the coast is clear. Laughing till the day just disappears. 'Cause it's all for one and one for all. Together we rise, together we fall. All for one and one for all. 'Cause other than loving, there's nothing that matters at all. Oh, holy Moses, it's a beautiful sight. Oklahoma City on a Friday night. Laughing till the hours of the morning right. When did everything start to feel alright? Alright, I won't ask what I don't wanna know. Laugh at your smile through a cloud of smoke. Backs on the grass when we let it go. All that I've got is all I've got to show, and it's all
For one and one for all.
together we rise, together we fall. All for one and one for all.
You know this appeals to me because I've been on a big pirate kick.
Yep.
It's all for one and one for all.
Such utter bullshit from you, because so many times a pirate song has come up that you call a pirate song or a drinking song or something. You're like, ring ding da ding ding da ring ding da. And now he's like, all for one and one for all. And you're like, arr!
No, I still don't like a pirate song.
No, of course not.
I just like the show Black Sails.
I know you've watched it so many times. Well, would it appease your little titters to know this was one of the last songs written off Briston's album Sunflower?
Yeah, he wrote it. Go ahead.
He wrote it, I believe, as an homage to say thank you to those who have helped him get this far, and a reminder that everyone is welcome in this album. Isn't that nice? Everyone is welcome inside of this album.
It's an inclusive little
It's nice of him to write that. The penultimate song to say, by the way, Everyone is welcome when they listen to me. Don't have a dollar, but I got to pee. Everyone listen to me. You get the idea.
Yep.
The bridge is oh. Because it's one for all and all for... It's all for one and one for all. Together we rise, together we fall. I would never write that.
Because other than loving, there's nothing that matters at all. He's one of these guys. He has an appreciation for life that I think two cynics like us can't
wrap my head around.
Yeah. But I think
I just don't think I'd ever put in a song it's all for one and one for all.
Yeah, no. I did read an interview where he said he wrote this kind of he wrote this on the road with his bandmates. They were all hanging out outside of their little Airbnb or whatever, and he pulled out his guitar and he just started singing. And that's basically what the song is.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I think even the second verse. Oh, yes. Oh, holy Moses, it's a beautiful sight, Oklahoma City on a Friday night. Laugh until the hours hit the morning light. When did everything start to feel all right?
It feels like this could be the last song on the album.
Yeah, it does.
Because other than loving, there's nothing that matters at all. So what else is there to say?
It's sort of his kind of his thesis, I think, in a way.
Oh my goodness. I just defended my thesis. And now I'm a doctor. Makes me sick, the way these people act.
Okay.
These doctors. Say you're a doctor, but you say you can stand 6 feet from someone. Oh, no, it's actually 3 feet.
No, you'll get us demonetized. That's why our numbers are so low.
Yeah.
Do you hear something?
I don't know. I hear rattling chains. I think the ghosts of pirates past have come to get us. There's not much I can say about the lyrics because it keeps going back to that.
Yeah.
All right, I won't ask what I don't want to know. Laugh at your smile through a cloud of smoke. So is he toking?
They might be toking back there, back in Oklahoma City on a Friday night. So he went to rehab and he decided he could handle being around it.
Yeah.
I think, look at the guy. He's token up.
Look at the guy.
He's a tokester, I imagine.
You can toke.
Toke.
If you're out there, toke.
Yeah. I like the song. I think it's a good one.
Unless you're under 18. Yeah, it's fine. It's one that I think plays in the, like, as I'm listening to the album, I never then sit and pay attention to it. It's kind of on.
Yeah. I agree.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted by a little thing crawling around on the table.
Yeah.
And he's like all animals. He's like, say my name, say my name. Like?
When no one is around you.
Miss Knowles. Yeah, crazy. Gazy.
I'm going to have to get some wood glue out and clean my vinyl album off.
A round of applause for Landon. It's snowing in here.
I think God's been watching you
Jacking off.
from his house in heaven,
Oh.
hoping for a heavy change of heart. All my friends are telling me,
Come on, guys.
though I'm getting better, I'm not quite feeling like myself when we're apart. I've been waiting patiently for a change in weather. Patiently I've waited for your call. If you ask my mother, she'd say, I just don't know better. But the truth, I don't know anything at all.
Damn. That hit different.
Maybe that's alright.
With a little indica in my...
The things I do not know.
Here's where the music is following what he's
Say
doing.
my
Whoa.
before.
It did happen before, too.
Yeah.
Don't make me come over there. This is an end.
Laughing
song.
from the living room.
I'm not an idiot.
Later in the evening, red wine stains the skin
I've
across
been listening
my
to it for
palm.
2 minutes.
You're sick.
It's because the BPM's 13.
Yeah.
I like this. I like that it sounds like he's in a room. Hell, I'd take more of this.
Well, you probably should listen to Ultra Pure then.
Huh.
And I should have picked that album, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I like this too. Please don't get me wrong. I like stuff like this. You're the one that made the first 15 episodes of this. Like,
Arr. I hate a slow song. Well, now I'm trying to talk like a pirate because that's all you like.
yeah.
I'm trying to please
You know, they actually didn't even talk like that.
Laughing in the living room later in the evening. Red wine stains the skin across my palms. And if I can't keep a hold on all the things that I'm forgiven, what's the point in feeling anything at all? But maybe that's all right.
Maybe that's all right.
Another flower grows. Just say my name before you go. Just say my name before you go. Landon.
Yeah.
And I leave.
Yeah.
And you smile.
I like this song a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, and if I can't keep a hold on all the things that I'm forgiven, what's the point in feeling anything at all? I think, again, he'll do more of this in Ultra Pure.
Oh, and we can't wait for that to come out and exist.
He is, there are these flashes of him, I think, kind of smartly dealing with the sort of stuff we typically like to really dig into, of
Right.
the bigger questions, what's our place in all of this, that type of thing, and how do you sort of reconcile your own existence with the pointlessness of life. And then to say, but maybe
Yeah,
that's
he's-
all right.
yeah.
Another flower grows. Just say my name before you go. Almost as if to say, yeah, it is pointless. Just remember me
Yeah.
in this moment.
Yeah.
That's kind of beautiful.
Acknowledge this snapshot of my existence, of us together, I should say.
Yeah.
Not in a selfish way, certainly. No.
No.
I wouldn't think of that of Briston.
No.
I would like to think that I could share a Michelob Ultra with him.
Yeah, probably.
Drinking from the same straw from our tall boy of Michelob Ultra. Hanging out in a pub down in Nashville.
Yeah. See the Batman building?
Oh my goodness gracious me.
Okay, there's a building that looks like a Batman.
Never heard of it.
So,
Well, that's Briston Maroney's album.
a tight 10-track little debut album. He had a couple EPs before this, and then he finally put out his full-length album. And then, yeah. I think it's a solid first album for a guy who is still, I mean, clearly he's got a crazy life backstory that I didn't even know about.
Mm.
And I think he's getting more into talking about that in his music, or expressing the sort of odd, the sort of different feelings he has about all that, while also still being a positive, like looking at it positively. Yeah, there's some great songs on this album, though, I think. And I bring it to you. And what say you?
A promising young chap, though I've made it clear that I've seen the growing pains in this album. I harbor no ill will towards him, nor David Harbor.
No.
I think he's fine and he's doing what he likes.
Yeah.
I'm mad at him too. Yeah, I think
Hashtag not my Hellboy.
I was a little hesitant when it started. It was another one of those where I go, uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's Landon getting me into this week? But I quickly, there's catchy parts, there's songs. It's uneven for me.
Yeah.
But I think I will check out his new album because it sounds like there's some maturity there. Not that first albums are bad, whatever. We don't need to get into all that. But there's some good stuff on there and stuff. The other thing is it's just not the sound I listen to.
Right.
So I will then turn toward, well, what's going on with the lyrics? And if it's like the lyrics ain't hitting,
Yeah.
and also it's a sound that ain't hit for me ever, then it's just it ain't hitting times 2, and that's a problem. I think I'm gonna give this. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Yeah. It's fine. That's a solid number.
We have yet to dip below to just say this isn't good to me. I feel like
I think so.
even if it's like I don't care for it.
Yeah. I think we, like you said, I think we know each other enough and our own respective sort of sounds we like to know what not to bring each other.
Yeah, but eventually we might get there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna run out of ideas soon.
Yeah, and I feel like we probably both have also picked stuff like I didn't know that I would be picking any of the last few picks.
Yeah.
You know, but it's kind of fun to explore the sort of maybe the fringe of even our own interests. We're like, I like this, but might as well talk about it for 2 hours.
Yeah, I
Instead
never
of
planned on
my
bringing-
favorite band,
Right.
which we could have done at any point. But
well, is that gonna be what happens here?
I give it a 7. 6
good.
and a 7.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, for the last couple episodes, there have been picks that have surprised even both of us.
Yeah.
I've gone to some of my favorites, Every Time I Die, etc. I've picked Joe, some stuff like that where I said I didn't even plan on talking about this person.
Yeah.
But like you said, I don't want to just go to my favorites. Even Manchester Orchestra, I was like, I'll get to them.
Yeah.
But it came up as a point of this is probably within the inverted butt cheek. So let's talk about it. This week, and he gave me some good ideas, but I said, where is he right now? Nashville, right?
Yeah.
He's got that sound. There's a sound on the guitar on this final song. And I wanted to sort of hit what's someone that is in Nashville or that area of music that I like. Like, what's my kind of point of they're not the same, but there's some sort of shared geography or love of a certain type of music. Where it gets interesting is there needs to be a little backstory for that person that I found that I said I could bring this person up, but you need to have the history that I have with them, right?
Oh.
Pick up my drink there. I just spilled my drink all over my new electronics. So I'm going to go, and I have to go back to one of my favorites. That's why I say this. I'm running the well dry. Not really. But to get to and that doesn't mean I'm going to pick this artist, like this band, and then go to this artist next.
Okay.
At some point, we'll touch on this person, but we need the understanding of maybe why I like them a little bit, you know?
Well,
So we're going to go with, because of that, a band from Canada. Alexis on Fire. All one word.
Yeah.
I would like to... The album that I kind of got into them and listened to the most and all that stuff, I feel like it's not as interesting for us to talk about. I feel like the album after that is kind of where there's more for us to chew on, hopefully. But what I like to do is give you a little bit of homework, because you mentioned maybe doing this for someone else we talked about. I think it was John Van Dusen. We were like, I should have had you listen to this song plus the album I picked. So I'm doing that to you. So first, because this was the song that I said, this is what I want to listen to. The song is This Could Be Anywhere in the World from their album Crisis. So you might want to start typing this in. And if you're playing along at home, you have to do this too.
Get Indian food on the way home.
Rice pilaf, rice pilaf. This could be anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Is the song from Crisis. That's my entry point to them, which gives a little into the album that I'm going to pick, which is Old Crows / Young Cardinals. So Old Crows, Young Cardinals is the album. I want to say from 2006.
Well, then just say it.
2006.
Thank you.
And then this could be anywhere in the world. Is the song, the single off their last album, one of the singles that you should listen to first. Just to give you some...
Of course.
This is where I got into them. This is where I was at. But I don't necessarily at this point want to talk about that whole album. And maybe we'll get to it at some point, you know, if we start hitting bands again.
Yeah.
Or we'll talk about another one first. I don't know. So that's your homework. Yeah. The show never ends on a big exciting note. It's someone giving someone else something to listen to.
Yeah.
It's kind of like class.
It is, but this class is a fun one. This is like when
This is a cool class.
Yeah. When you're at like it's your senior year and you just have to take a couple to like fill in a English minor or something. They're like, well, there's a class on like you have to read all of Stephen King's books.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, well, I can do that or act like I did it.
All of them?
You have to read all of his books, which actually would be the hardest college class ever.
50 of the longest books you've ever seen. And or you could take home ec. They're making brownies with applesauce. It makes them more moist.
And that's what we're doing here on the show.
We're making brownies with applesauce, and we hope you could join us next week and bring your own brownies. BYOB, everyone. We'll see you next time, 2 weeks from now. Earbuds is out. Bye.
Each week we listen to an album, here's our mind. Just know it's gonna take about 3 hours of your time to hear us complain or praise each other's taste. But no matter what, at the end of the day, we're just best friends who love different music. We are